Boy, oh boy, it's a bad day to be Ubisoft. Now, you may have heard the news. Assassin's Creed Shadows is going to get delayed.
What?
If you want to smell which way the wind's blowing, take a look at this stock for the 1 year from today. Stock's down from 20 plus, down almost 50%. Hope you're having a good day. Let's go ahead and read this straight from the Assassin's Creed Twitter page. 17.2 million views. Here we go. Quote, "Dear players, we want to extend our heartfelt thanks to our incredible fans and dedicated teams for your unwavering support since our announcement in September to further refine and polish Assassin's Creed Shadows. Since November, we've been thrilled to share our progress through gameplay overviews, and the overwhelming excitement has truly inspired us. Each week has brought valuable feedback from our community. While we've already made remarkable strides, we believe a few additional weeks are needed to implement that feedback and ensure an even more ambitious and engaging Day 1 experience. Accordingly, the new release date is March 20, 2025. We remain committed to delivering high-quality, immersive experience fostered by ongoing dialogue between our players and development teams. We know you're eager to learn more about Assassin's Creed Shadows, and we're very excited to share that more updates will be coming your way very soon. Mark Alex Cote, on behalf of all teams working on Assassin's Creed Shadows." I may be in the minority here, but I think that it's a good thing that they're taking their time. But also, let's not get things twisted. We know why they're taking their time. Right here, with 1.1 million views, 40k likes, Rock Solid says, "Ubisoft is so terrified of bankruptcy, they're actually doing the unthinkable and fully finishing a game for once. I don't know about y'all, but I haven't played a Far Cry game in I don't know how long, because it just feels like it's the same exact thing every single year. It doesn't feel like that there's any actual improvement, any real innovation. To me, it just feels like it's the exact same game. And despite having never played Assassin's Creed for more than 5 minutes back in PS3 days, I never had the incentive, the drive, or the desire to sink in any time and see what it's about. It feels like it's just a waste of time to me. That's partially due to the fact that it feels like it's unpolished and unfinished from the gameplay I've seen. Again, this is not any help for Ubisoft when you consider the fact that it's already mired in controversy. I feel like this here speaks for itself. Ubisoft's reputation precedes it. One thing that Ubisoft likes to throw around is its commitment to historical accuracy, as well as its respect for historical accuracy. As you recall, in the past, Ubisoft was in hot water for confusing Chinese and Japanese architecture in its game. Now, it's funny to have mentioned those because, as you see here on screen, what is the worst attack in Japanese history and what date did it occur on? I myself do not want to see any more about this attack, but apparently the worst one in Japanese history was on March 20th. 13 deaths, 6,000 injuries. I don't see anyone here being positive for Ubisoft. I see nobody here on their side. Here, Chris says, "I have just zero interest in not only the AC franchise, but basically every single Ubi game / series. The only one I have any interest in seeing a new game drop is probably for Watch Dogs. I loved the first two, but then the third one was so mid, sadly. So yeah, I'd like a new good." Stephen Calais says, "As if that's the problem with this one." Here, Hangman Lee is the top comment addressing the controversy that Ubisoft has found itself in by choosing not to have the first ever Japanese Assassin's Creed game have you play as a Asian man, but instead a black male who has been debated very widely and very fiercely, very passionately, if he ever even was a Japanese soldier. So, without having any additional comments, I would just like to say I don't understand the reasoning by not going with the safe option and just having a simple Japanese man to be played in Japan. I don't think that's a big deal. I don't think that's controversial. But whenever you have DEI in the backdrop, in the shadow of everything, why would you put attention on yourself and give anyone else any reason to potentially hate on your game if they feel like there's forced diversity? Why would you do any of that when you are already suffering so massively from stock problems? We have here on Bloomberg talking about the Ubisoft shares sinking after its delay by Benoit Berthollet. I have no idea if that's how you say it, but also the esteemed or controversial Jason Schreier. This came out yesterday at 11:39 a.m. Ubisoft Entertainment SA fell the most since September after the French video game company announced another delay in its popular AC franchise and analysts expressed doubts about its takeover prospects. The company also said that it had hired advisors to weigh options, including a potential deal to help improve its share price in a statement late Thursday. Bloomberg News reported in October that the founding GMA family and shareholder Tencent Holdings Ltd. were weighing whether to take Ubisoft private. Still, any potential bidder would have to turn around a company that's had a disappointing sales and production problems. Still, any potential bidder would have to turn around a company that has had disappointing sales and production problems. Ubisoft said it's pushing the release of AC Shadows back to March 20th. It was due to go on sale Valentine's Day, February 14th, which was already a delay from the planned November 2024 debut. This game was meant to come out about 2 months ago, but alas, it has not as of yet. The extra time will allow the company to implement player feedback and, quote, ensure an even more ambitious and engaging day one experience, end quote, for the game after holiday sales of its Star Wars Outlaws game were lower than expected. Ubisoft said net bookings in the third fiscal quarter will drop to about £300 million, or $309 million, because of the lackluster shopping season and the discontinuation of its X-Defiant game in December. Who here can recall X-Defiance? I played maybe about 5 days. That was all for me. Analysts said any takeover will be complicated by the company's poor sales. The Star Wars game's underperformance is likely to continue into another quarter, analysts at Bernstein said. Ubisoft's massive workforce, commercial failures, and cash burn in recent years limit the company's attractiveness, CIC Market Solutions analyst Eric Bravery wrote. JP Morgan Chase & Co. analyst Daniel Kervin said that if the new Assassin's Creed performs well, Ubisoft will be able to explore options from a position of relative strength. At this point, anything but a full cripple of the company will be a position of relative strength. Ubisoft is in no position to negotiate any price takeovers, any business language you want to use, of it being sold to a different entity. Ubisoft has had failure after failure consistently. The only thing that it's done consistently is make terrible games which are unfinished. We continue. Ubisoft shares fell as much as 11% in Paris on Friday, the biggest intraday drop since September. The stock declined 5.4% at 12:47 p.m. and about 48% in the last 12 months. As you can see here, down 44.44%, how's that for an angel number? Down 10 euros. And as you might see here, a little post-pandemic, its highest that it ever got to was almost 85. On January 31st, 21, it hit 84.6. Now today, 12.14. If you had held any stock after this day, 1/31/21, you have had loss, period. You've had no good days. You know, if you go from like right here to up here, maybe you might be able to like turn a small profit if you do a short-term sale. But if anyone here holding any of the price, anyone here has been holding its stock, I say cut your losses. Personally, I think that it's not a good idea. Of course, not financial advice, but my God, down 52.15, down 81% from its peak over the. No, it's even from the past. This isn't even from its peak. 80% from the 5 years ago. Not even from its peak. Its peak would have been like a 90% loss. Ubisoft, what are you doing, bro? Like I said, no one here thinks that it's going to be a win. No one here thinks it's going to be a W. Everyone here is betting that it's going to be an L. I just know that some Giga Chat game dev is going to shadow drop a masterpiece the day of or day before the shadow drops. And with that being said, I think that this is a train wreck in slow motion. There really is no other way of saying this. Ubisoft is cooked. If this does not go bankrupt, it will be sold, and hopefully sold to someone who cares about game quality. My name is AllSparky. As always, drop a like if you like today's videos. If you did not like today's video, drop a dislike and tell me why in the comments below. I read every comments. You can go ahead and test it out and say whatever you want to. I will respond to you. If you made it this far, let me know what you think about Assassin's Creed Shadows. Are you excited to play? Will you buy the game day one or ever? Personally, I will not. Hope you enjoyed today's video. Hope you learned something new. Make sure you all subscribe. I love you. Have a great day.